Now it's rolling. We're gonna start again. We're just gonna have a conversation.
Wanting to make a transition to Vancouver, and I was living in my mom's outside balcony. I was painting on her balcony. I wasn't much of a creative, and then all of a sudden I went into living in these on mats on the floor and having canvases around me and doing nothing but wanting to paint. I had a friend of mine call me and tell me, hey, Oprah Winfrey is gonna be in Vancouver. And the moment I heard that, I was working on a painting. I decided to make that the day that I was gonna move to Vancouver. It was when Oprah was gonna be at Rogers Arena in a creative alchemy. Every time I create a painting to go to one of these shows, I get the crowd on my side. I get them to paint and I get that positive energy behind me, right? Because, no door can stop that, right? There's no door, there's no lock that can stop that. I remember making my way to Rogers Arena and I had this big painting in one hand and I had a marker in my other, and I already had about 80 signatures on this canvas. And I'm walking to Rogers Arena, I still have my bag on me, but I don't have any tickets to get in. I felt like, a gladiator going to the Coliseum to see, Caesar or something like that. That's the kind of energy I felt at the Rogers Arena. But I had my shield, my creative shield, and I had my spear, which was my marker, and I got to work. I started making friends outside the gate. And by the end of the show, the last person to ever sign the painting was, it was this homeless guy walking by this gate. The reason I met one of the richest and most powerful women in the world was a homeless man named Michael. Ended up being in the back gate when Oprah was leaving the show. And at this time I was outside for about 5 hours. And so she's leaving this show and everyone's chanting behind me with this painting by this point, right? And this homeless guy was the last one to sign it. He was so touched that he signed this painting that he became my front man. So he was the closest person to this gate. The whole crowd is screaming because they've all signed it and they want this to happen. And then Michael grabs the painting and, his front teeth are missing and he's chanting and holding this painting, chanting it up. She opens the window, she's like, I can't hear what you're saying. The car slowly starts creeping away and then Michael looks at me and he's like, let's get her. And I was like, what? So he opens the gate and he starts running after Oprah Winfrey's car. So this homeless guy, on one of the most powerful and richest women in this SUV right away, and me tailing both of them, So they stop the car, the back of the van opens up, and they throw this painting back into the back of the car. They close it, and the car starts going away. And I scream, no, right? And 6 meters out, the car stops, and the back door opens up, and Oprah Winfrey in this gorgeous black dress comes out and she starts walking towards me and my mind just freezes. So she was like, so what do you want? What do you want with this painting? I was like, I just want you to sign it. And I wish, and I will one day, Oprah, hopefully you will see this because it is 2018 and this is the internet. I was like, no, I want you to sign it. So she gets back in the car and I'm like, oh, I messed up. She's leaving. And by this point, one of her security guys walks up to me and she's like, she'll sign the painting. So I'm walking up and she's like face to face with me. And at this point, I still don't have a place to stay after this, right? I got $6.50 for a cheeseburger and I'm talking to one of the richest, most powerful women there. And I had an opportunity to give her one of my paintings and say, hey, Oprah has one of my paintings, but I didn't because I wanted to hold on to it for, the longer story, and just attest to myself as an artist and being patient with projects because you have to be. So I would have to say that's the most second life-changing experience with art and me inspired by a moment was when I got Oprah Winfrey to sign one of my paintings. And right after that, Michael, the homeless guy, was like freaking out, like what just happened? I just met Oprah. And then he offered me to stay at this shelter that he was staying at the time. Which I was about to, but I ended up staying at a 24-hour Tim Hortons because I wanted to edit the video because I just met Oprah and I told my mom that I was gonna meet her and she didn't believe me and I did, and that was so satisfying.